Hey folks, welcome to the deeper dive. I'm getting a little informal showing my four-eyed version, and so we're just going to run through this real quick. So British Airways is going to be another one of the players that I found here, and so the business class pricing is meh. The good thing about this is that British Airways does often have a 30% transfer bonus. Not often, but pretty regularly. And because it's part of the Avios currency, you're able to transfer in between Avios players. So these are all the transfer partners to British Airways, but theoretically you can also include Citi in that mix since they transfer over to Qatar. And so the points price is pretty straightforward. The taxes and fees, this range is mainly because if you're going to book business class, you're going to be paying a lot more in taxes than if you were just to book economy. And now for the award search tools, Award Tools says they are able to search from British Airways, but it is very far few in between, and so I wouldn't count on it, but it is nice whenever it does pick it up. American Airlines, this is pretty straightforward as well. This lower price is going to be like off-peak East Coast, whereas the 30,000 you'll find more on the on-peak season. And from the West Coast, there are no transfer partners with American Airlines. It's just with these American Airlines credit cards. You are able to pull up this award availability on all of the different award search tools. And now, as you can see, the taxes, you're going to pay more in business class and especially on the way from the UK. Alaska Airlines is very similar to American. Again, these lower prices is going to be more from the East Coast than from the West. And Bilt is the only transfer partner for Alaska, so they do have that going for them, in addition to their co-branded cards. Virgin Atlantic, they have some good pricing with business class as low as 57,500 miles on peak from the East Coast. West Coast, you're looking at higher prices. Economies are crazy low prices, 10 to 20,000 points. This is again off and on peak. They are a transfer partner of nearly everyone with regular transfer bonuses every year. The taxes, they could be worse, but they're still elevated, 152 for an economy flight. That's kind of a lot, even from the United States. And then, of course, almost $300 on the way back. So you win some, you lose some. You are able to find all these award space on all the different award tools, so that makes it a lot easier as well. Air Canada is a nice counterpart to Avianca. You're going to find a lot of the same award space or similar award space. Taxes there are very reasonable at just $56. The business class pricing is going to be that 60 to 70,000 points as well. Economy is a bit higher at 35 to 40,000. These higher prices are mainly going to be for your West Coast, or if you include a European leg, stretching out that distance a little bit more, and so that'll flag that higher price. And now the taxes, you can see the routine now. It's going to cost more on the way back in business class than in economy. And again, we're going to be flying either United, Brussels, or Swiss Airlines. You may find some cheaper taxes if you find United versus flying one of the European airlines as we've seen previously. Now finally is our last of the 6 additional transfer partners, and that's going to be with ANA. ANA is only a transfer partner of American Express, and they have a lot of baggage with them because it takes 2 to 3 days for those points to transfer. You can only book for yourself and for other direct family members, no friends. And now the pricing is great. You got 100 points round trip, and that's the other thing. You do have to book round trip on ANA. You are not able to make one-way bookings. So 100,000 points round trip in business class, 77.5 thousand round trip in one-way business and the other way economy, and then 55,000 points round trip economy. The taxes are also very reasonable, just $385 round trip for business class. And so that's probably the best we've seen all day. And then as you can see the rest here. And so I will say your taxes will increase if you get one of the European airlines, but if you're just getting United, it will be around this lower price here. Now, another unfortunate thing about ANA is that you cannot find the award availability on any award search tool, and it seems to be truly random. I've tried comparing it to the Avianca calendar or the Air Canada calendar and even the United calendar. It'll have some from each of them, but it doesn't mimic one of them directly at all. So your best bet is just to kind of hope to find availability, transfer the points, hope that it stays available, because if not, you can't transfer your points back, just like with any transfer partner. So it's a risky, but it's pretty good pricing if you're able to get a hold of it. My next tip here, if you're trying to get your hands dirty and trying to really find the flight that would work best for you, for instance, if you want a direct flight over to London Heathrow, I would direct you to flightconnections.com. You could type in whichever airport you're interested in, let's say London Heathrow, and it will tell you all of the direct flights available from the United States. You can then click on whichever airport you're interested in. It will tell you which airlines are available, and then you can go to the transfer partner list and figure out which partner would work best for you based on the airline you're trying to fly. Now, this is especially useful if you're trying to fly back from London Gatwick or flying to, in case you hate Heathrow. And so if you type in LGW, you can see that Las Vegas, Los Angeles, and some of these other airports here fly direct. And so you could look for flights originating from these airports specifically and repositioning from there. Now, this is just one way to look for that direct flight, but if you're from a smaller airport, don't be afraid to just type in your smaller airport, because you might be able to find a similar or even a cheaper price with one of these award partners from your home airport. So I hope this video has been helpful for you. Let me know in the comments or email me, DM me on Instagram. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.